Everybody, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz. And today we're going to be talking about the tragic death of Phil Hartman. If you don't know who Phil Hartman is, he was a very successful person in the television industry and he was a good comedian. But yeah, if you're new here, I'm Liz. I talk about true crime. I would love for you to stick around, be a part of my YouTube family, subscribe, turn your post notifications on to all, that way you know whenever I upload. Now, let's get into today's true crime case. So, on the 28th of May of 1998, Brynn Hartman entered her husband's bedroom at around 3 a.m. She aimed her .38 caliber gun at him and fatally shot him between the eyes. He was only 49 years old at the time. Now, Brynn at that time was high on cocaine, Zoloft, and she had absorbed a ton of alcohol. She had drank a ton of alcohol. So after killing her husband, Phil, she went to find her friend, Ron Douglas, and she went to his house and she confessed her crime to him. So ultimately, Ron did not believe what she was saying, and he brought her back to the Hartman residence. They did go back in separate cars, though. So this is when she also phoned another friend and confessed to what she did to this friend as well. So when Ron saw Phil's body, this is when he called 911. This was at 6:20 a.m. So now about 3 hours and 20 minutes had gone by between when she entered the bedroom and when the cops were called. So shortly after this, the police would arrive and they would take Ron and the Hartman children away from the house. Meanwhile, Brynn had locked herself in the house, in the bedroom, and then she committed suicide. She turned the gun on herself. So the comedy world had lost a prominent member. And they were, this entire community, the comedy community, was at a loss when they heard of Phil's tragic passing. They had lost someone who had the amazing ability to light up a room, create amazing characters, and make everyone laugh. He was someone that everyone loved to work with. And he was just someone everyone dreamed to work with. His wife's brother, so Brynn's brother, said that Pfizer was the reason why Brynn did this. Because at the time, Brynn was receiving free samples to try Zoloft, and her brother said that it had impaired her judgment during the killing of her husband, even though she was in a coked out and alcoholic rage that then was enhanced by Zoloft. I know this has been used many times in many cases of like a Zoloft dependency, which is really odd because I actually just listened to a case on Small Town Murder about a kid that was on, I'm pretty sure it was Zoloft, but it was something made by Pfizer. No, was it the one with the child? It was an older story, one I hadn't listened to, where they used the same, they used the idea of Zoloft being the impairment as to why they committed this crime. Now, obviously, Brynn can't go on trial. She killed herself. Their children will grow up without their parents or have grown up without their parents and be traumatized because of what happened. But her brother tried to play it as a way that Brynn was so impaired that she had no idea what she was doing. Clearly, her and Phil were separated at the time. They were having a hard time in their marriage. She was addicted to cocaine and she was an alcoholic. Granted, it's the 90s. People partied. But clearly, if they were already separated, she was already in a rage, coked out state, and she had already taken her Zoloft. Clearly, there was something that hindered in her brain or something that set her off that made her grab a .38 caliber gun and go to her husband's house and kill him while their children slept. And obviously she regretted this because she ended up killing herself after that. So what are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments down below. I would love to know what you have to think about the death of Phil Hartman, and I will see you guys in my next 27 Club video.